Hello YouTubers, Eureka Havoc from Mercs Legion with you today, continuing our base building series. The topic is knowing your opponent's strengths and weaknesses in relation to what base build you should use. Also, I'll address some of the misconceptions about base building. But before we get into this video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel. We have lots of good content for you and your clan, so punch the like button, smash the subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and you'll be connected to all this amazing content the moment it's out there for you. Alright, have you ever had this feeling? A new war starts up and you start looking at your opponent's bases. Then a feeling of dread washes over your face when you see that they have 3 Town Hall 10s and your clan has no Town Hall 10s. You look at their bases and you see they have 3 Expos and 2 Infernos. Well, sometimes mismatches do happen, but usually, unless you have a lot of rushed bases in your clan, Supercell does a good job in the matchmaking department. Well, unless it's a complete mismatch, there's usually a reason that they have 3 Town Hall 10s. Did you notice that their Expos and Inferno Towers are only level 1? Did you see that their defenses are at best a Town Hall 9? But in terms of base building on your part, did you open their profile and see that they have Town Hall 8 to 9 level troops? Sure, they may have stronger defenses than you, but you have a stronger army. That's because you didn't rush your Town Hall. At this point, you can rest easier. The point is, be sure to look at your opponent's profile and see where they stand troop-wise. So the big question is, how far up and down the roster do you look to see how strong their armies are? If you look at their number 1, it's a pretty good bet that if you are a lower level Town Hall, they will take you out no problem. Start by looking at your mirror. Some clans have the rule that you must hit your mirror first. Mainly, you should be looking at the same Town Hall level as you, provided the enemy isn't crazy rushed with weak troops that are several Town Hall levels behind. A higher Town Hall level will generally always be able to get the upper hand on you, so don't worry too much about those. But as a good rule, Town Hall 9 should worry about enemy Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 8 should worry about Town Hall 8s, and so forth. The next big question is, what are some of the key indicators for determining what they will attack with? Looking at the troops and complementing spells that are maxed or the highest is a great place to start. For example, you are a Town Hall 8 and 3/4 of your opponents have max dragon and rage spells. However, their golems are not unlocked or maxed yet. Their hogs are not even level 4. That means you'll want to come in with a good dragon defensive base. If hogs are maxed at Town Hall 8, count on being hogged. They will not invest all that dark elixir into hog research if they are not planning on using it. Look at the same type of stuff at Town Hall 9. Hounds, hogs, golem, etc. Also, look at the war stats and war loot in achievements. If, for example, war stars, that little progress bar, is much higher than the war loot bar, there's a good chance that the attacker always hits low rather than hitting their same or their mirror. Now that we've looked at our opponent's strengths and weaknesses, let's look at our own base. You need to ask yourself, what am I weak against? Also ask yourself what is upgraded the most. Whatever isn't upgraded the most is your weak spot. So if you are weak against air attacks, then you need to direct your building efforts around air targeting defenses such as archer towers and air defenses. If you have lower level ground targeting defenses, build in more compartments, have good pathing over bombs and spring traps as well. Strong anti-air bases have a common theme of a semi-centralized, multi-compartment air targeting defenses layout. Put them too close together and spells and hogs will take them out very easily and quickly. Too close to the edge of the base and they will be picked off before the attack begins. Strong anti-ground bases usually have many compartments, defensive buildings that path loons and hogs over bombs, and carefully laid out traps to destroy and pull troops in the wrong direction. Remember, it's all about trickery and deception. The layout of your base is the strongest indicator as to what you are strongest and weakest against. We now have a lot more knowledge of our opponents and a better understanding of our own defensive strengths and weaknesses. What do we do with that knowledge? The answer is build more than one war base. If you only have one war base, you will always be weak to one or more types of armies. We have this amazing part of the game called the layout editor. Here is where you have the ability to have at the ready up to 6 different base layouts. Go ahead and design a base that says no to your dragons. Have another base that is great against go wipe style of attacks. Build a base that is deceptively easy to hog but in actuality isn't that easy. Great bases will incorporate elements of all 3 into one, but start simple and go from there. In my years of playing, I've seen some bad base designs when it comes to base building. Here are some of the misconceptions that I have found about base building, and I want to share these with you so that way you know to avoid them.
1.
Putting your base on the edge prevents them from attacking on that side. It only gives them less room to work. While rarely a tactical advantage, this just means you designed your base with a couple of weaker sides, so don't do that.
2.
Putting all of your air defenses in the middle makes for a good anti-dragon base. All air defenses together means it's easier to pick off outside defenses, as well as easier to focus their attack at the core and remove the air targeting defenses.
3.
Having a double giant bomb spot means you won't get attacked with hogs. A good scouter will know where that one double giant bomb spot is and find a way around it. Having multiple good double giant bomb spot is what makes your base harder to hit.
4.
Doing a trick base will always work. It may work the first time, but every other attack on your base from that clan will know your secret. So, it may get one, but most likely will fail to the next.
5.
Strong farming bases make great war bases. Farming bases are set on protecting your resources while hoping to provide you with a shield. War bases are more concerned with keeping your opponents from getting stars from you. For example, farming bases usually keep storages more centralized and well protected. War bases will use storages to protect defensive buildings.
6.
A trophy base makes a good war base. Trophy bases are set on protecting your precious trophies or cups by keeping your town hall in the core and making it as difficult as possible to take out a lot of your base. War bases are just more concerned with keeping your opponents from getting stars.
You said that already!
For example, trophy bases keeps the town hall buried deep in the base because it's an easy way to ensure defeat if destroyed. In war, the town hall is used as a high hit point building, protecting your defenses or luring opponents to attack from a specific side, which makes the 3-star hard to achieve.
7.
My defensive building levels are most important. This has been disproven many times because of the advent of the Town Hall X.5. Smart design, max traps, and high-level heroes will make just as much, if not more, of a difference in your defense than upgrading all of your defenses first. Higher defenses also mean being matched or mirrored up against a stronger opponent also. Defensive buildings weigh more in war than your troops, traps, walls, and heroes combined. So, while having strong defenses is good, it's not always the most important all the time. Well, that about wraps up this video. Stay tuned for our next base building video on the importance of your clan castle in terms of where it is in your base, how to use it to your advantage, and what you should put in your clan castle. This is Eureka Havoc from Mercs Legion, doing my best to help you guys clash without fear.